Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be doing a get ready with me and I'm going to be answering your Q&A questions that you asked like forever ago. I tried to write get ready with me and Q&A right here, but it's a little bit crooked and weird. I also tried to draw flowers, which apparently I can't draw, so they ended up being flowers plus polka dots? I don't know what these are. I'm not really sure. But today we're going to be doing a get ready with me. I'm going to be using a lot of products that I received from Octoly, and I figured it'd be easiest to do it that way, just like little reviews within this get ready with me. Alright, while I'm priming, I'm going to go ahead and answer the first question. I've actually never tried this Milk Makeup Primer before. I got it as a sample, and I still haven't used it, so we'll see how this goes. But the first question is from Fly Phoenix Fly. She is a new YouTuber. She just recently started her channel, but she's very, very sweet, so you guys should go check her out. All the questions are on my screen over here, so that's why I'm looking over to the side. But she asked if you could have one superpower, which one would it be and why? It smells like latex gloves. I think if I had one superpower, I would want it to be the ability to fly, just because I've had amazing dreams about soaring through the air and flying and like leaping and taking off into the clouds, and I think that'd be awesome to experience that in real life. Alright, for foundation, I'm going to be using this that I received from Octoly. This is the Pure Bare It All foundation. This is a 12-hour 4-in-1 skin perfecting foundation. And it also says it's supposed to help correct problem areas over time, so I'm guessing there's some type of skincare ingredient in here. It also came with one of these giant fluffy brushes, which I've never used before trying this one. I got the shade Light, and I do think it's just a little bit dark for me. I wish it was just a bit lighter and maybe a little bit more yellow instead of pink, but it works okay. I'm still not 100% used to using this brush, so we'll see how this goes. I'm going to use this big brush on this side and then another brush on the other side, and we'll see how they match up. Alright, so the next Q&A questions come from Haley, and the first one is, where are you from? And I am from Kentucky. And then the next question from Haley is, if you could only use one makeup brand, what would it be? That's actually a pretty tough question for me because everything I have is like so random. I don't have a lot from like the same brand. But one of my favorite brands, one that I think that I could get used to just using everything from them, would be Tarte. I really like their blushes. I really like their eyeshadows. I think a lot of their other products are really great. So I'm gonna say Tarte, even though it's an expensive brand. I would prefer it to be like a drugstore brand just for like expense reasons, but I think I really, really like Tarte, so I'm gonna go with Tarte. Alright, and so you guys can see how this foundation looks with the skin. Here is one side completely covered with one coat of foundation, and here is the side without it. I think it does a pretty good job covering up my problem areas. I mean, this guy down here is intense. Like, this is an intense zit. This isn't a little, oh, just put some concealer on it, it'll go away kind of zit. No, this guy is, he's been here to stay. He's been here for quite some time. Now I'm going to go in with this Real Techniques Base Expert face brush that I also received from Octoly. This is their #1 best-selling brush apparently, and I've never tried it before, so I'm very excited to try it. The packaging is very interesting. I'm not short. So for this one, I'm just going to put some dots of this foundation on the skin and then blend in with the Real Techniques face brush. Alright, the next question comes from Ashley, and she says, I believe I've heard that you're in grad school. What are you going for? And I am in grad school for history. I was a history major, and then I decided just to continue on and go on to grad school. A lot of people ask like what I'm gonna do with it, and most people are like, oh, you're gonna teach history? And then when I say no, they're like, oh, okay, then what on earth are you gonna do with a history major? I actually plan on going to law school after I get done with my history master's. I really want to be a civil rights lawyer, and I think having a history master's to be a civil rights lawyer is probably very helpful. Alright, and here is a side-by-side comparison. This is the side that I use with the giant brush from Pure, and this is the side that I use with the Real Techniques brush. I can already tell that the Real Techniques brush kind of thinned it out a little bit more. It's not nearly as dense as the Pure brush over here. This side already feels kind of dry, and this side's still a little bit tacky. It hasn't fully dried down yet. I think they both did a pretty decent job, but I can still see some of my problem areas coming through here on this side. So I am going to go in just a little bit more and try to cover those up. Alright, that did build up decently well, and I think everything is pretty nicely full coverage now, so I'm excited about that. Alright, as I'm setting my foundation, I'm going to answer the next question. So the next question comes from Slam Glam Slam, which is another YouTuber here. She is fantastic. She's really, really sweet. You guys should definitely check her out. She has a ton of makeup reviews and hauls and things like that. I'll link both of their channels below if you guys want to go check them out, Fly Phoenix Fly and Sam Glam Slam. But she actually asked what career I was planning on doing after college, which I already talked about. Going to law school, being a lawyer, hopefully, unless I hate it. If I hate it, then I'll figure out something else. but as of right now, law school is the path I'm going down. But she asked a second question, which is, do you have any siblings? And if so, would you ever do a video with one of them? And the answer is no, I don't have any siblings, unfortunately. I've always wanted like an older brother for some reason. Like that's just very strange, but I've always been like, man, I wish I could have an older brother. But if I did have siblings, I would most definitely do videos with them, especially if I had an older brother. I would put makeup on him constantly. I would definitely be that annoying little sister who wouldn't leave him alone. Oh my gosh, I did all this and completely forgot to put on moisturizer. Dang it, my face was so dry. The moisturizer that I've been using has come out of this kit here from Somerville. You can get this at Sephora and stuff, but I did receive this from Octoly. As I said before, anything I receive from Octoly, I'm definitely going to tell you guys like the 100% truth about. I have very mixed feelings about this. I've been using this moisturizer. I've been using it for a little while now, and there's really not too much in there. I'm not sure if you guys can see, but like I've almost hit the bottom of it, and I've been using it probably for about 15 days now. As far as its moisturizing capabilities, I feel like it's a pretty decent moisturizer. It is oil free. I just don't know how much moisture it's giving my face. I still feel like I get a lot of dry patches. My forehead especially is like super dry. So I think I might need a little bit more of an intensive moisturizer than this guy right here. This kit also comes with a Detox Daily Cleanser and an Exfoliate, love the puns, little exfoliating thing here, and these work well. This one is like super green. I didn't expect it to be like crazy looking green. Like look at that. That's so weird looking. It looks like mushed up peas. The cleanser does work pretty well. I mean, it's a cleanser. It is nicely yellow, if you guys can see there. And it also has like a weird opening. Like you don't take the cap off, you just spin it like that, and then it opens up and you push it out of here. I'm going to insert a picture I took of my face when I first started using this, and then you guys can compare like the beginning of the video to that picture. You can kind of tell like things didn't really clear up too much. But one thing I think actually does work pretty well is this Somerville Eradicate. It's this like crazy pink liquidy stuff. Like right here is like a more solid layer, and on top you have this kind of clear liquid, and you're supposed to take a Q-tip and shove it to the bottom, pull it out, and then apply it to blemished areas. Once I did figure out how to use it, I've used it I think 3 times, and it really has shrunk like my giant pimples here. I put it on this one last night and it was like a nice little mountain, so it definitely went down a lot. Alright guys, sorry that was like a really random tangent about face cleaner. Let's get back to what we were doing. Now we are moving into Darla Gray's questions, and thank you so much, Darla, because I think you made up like half of our list or more of your questions. Thank you very much for being so interested and wanting to know so many things. So I'm just going to start down the little list here. We have quite a few questions from Darla, and as we're answering those, I'm just going to do a little bit of bronzing and contour. Everything I'm using will be down in the description box, so if you guys want to know anything, just check it out down there. Alright, first set of questions is what is your favorite and why? And then there's a whole list of things after. Alright, so favorite color, black. I absolutely love black, and the problem is I don't know why. I just am drawn to it. Anything that's like black, like especially black and white for some reason together, I'm just really drawn to it. Alright, my favorite makeup item is probably eyeliner. That's the one thing that has stayed consistent like my entire life. I have worn winged eyeliner since, I don't even know when I started wearing winged eyeliner. Like really early on in high school. No, it was earlier than that. So probably like late middle school, I started wearing winged eyeliner, and now I just literally don't feel complete without it. If I'm not wearing winged eyeliner, I'm not wearing makeup. Alright, next up is favorite food, and I love all food in general, pretty much. I don't know how many foods I've ever met that I don't like. I mean, I like all sorts of fancy food, I like all sorts of normal food, but I really think my favorite foods are like the foods that 5-year-olds eat, like chicken nuggets and mac and cheese and pizza. So anything that like your like young child would eat, that's probably my favorite type of food. Alright, my favorite hobby. That would have to be YouTube. I love it here. I love you guys. I think it's such a fun place. I wish I could spend more time here. All I want to do is like sit on my computer and answer your questions and talk to you guys and make videos, and I wish I could do that like constantly, like all day, every day. Alright, and what is happening here? What did I do? Oh my gosh. looks like I just rubbed my face in dirt. Oh my gosh. This is what I get for trying to do my makeup on the viewfinder instead of an actual mirror. Alright, the next question is, what is my favorite animal? And that one's really hard because I love animals so much. But I love squirrels. I know that's a weird animal to like. I know they're the rodents of the forest, but I love squirrels. I think they're so cute. I love them so much. If I could have a pet squirrel, I would have a pet squirrel. There's actually one that like runs through our attic, and I'm like hoping one day that we could become friends and then he could just be my little pet because I love squirrels. All right, Darla just has so many good questions, so I'm just gonna go down a little bit further and pick a couple of different ones. So when is your birthday? My birthday is May 30th, and she's asked, do you believe in zodiac signs? I don't really know. I think they're fun to look at, things like that. I have a friend who's like real into them and she believes in them fully, but I'm kind of like, All right, another question is, if you could design one makeup item, what would it be and why? And I think I would want to design an eyeshadow palette because I love eyeshadow palettes a lot, and I've always wanted to make like my perfect eyeshadow palette, like everything I would need, everything I would want in an eyeshadow palette. So yeah, definitely a really cool looking eyeshadow palette, maybe with like a skull on it or something. I think that would be pretty awesome. Speaking of eyeshadow palettes, I'm going to move into the eyes. I'm doing a very simple look today because I'm going to go see my grandmother, and she's not a gigantic fan of makeup. Every time she gives me money, as grandmas do, you know, like here's $1 or something, she'll say, don't spend it on that expensive powder. And by expensive powder, she means expensive powder. All right, this next question is from Kelly Nichols, and it is, who is your celebrity crush? And that is, that's difficult for me. I'm not really sure who I have a celebrity crush on. If you would have asked me like a couple months ago, I would have said Tom Hiddleston all the way because I was obsessed with Tom Hiddleston. I really like Marvel movies, and he played Loki, and I was just like, I'm rooting for the bad guy because I love this character and this actor so very much. I don't know though, I still have a pretty warm place in my heart for Tom Hiddleston, so I'm just gonna go ahead and roll with that. Tom Hiddleston, if you're not quite sure who he is, you can look him up. He's not your like hunk or anything like that. He's not like big and muscular, but I just love him. I think he's awesome. I'm going to be using this Bold Metals Collection Oval Shadow Brush from Real Techniques. Look at this box. The mailman really did a number on this. So I'm just going to go in with Warm Taupe here, which I've already hit pan on, which is sad because I love this shadow so much. And I'm just going to put this in like my transition area. My transition lid area, whatever it's called. And yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all I do there. On an everyday basis, I just shove some brown into my transition area, blend it out, and then I'm done. All right, we have another question from Darla Gray. Do you have any pets or a BF or GF, and do you have any pics? I do not have any pets, unfortunately. I love animals. My cat of 13 years passed away many years ago, and we just never got another one. Not true, we did get another one, and then it also passed away 3 days later. So I'm just a little bit traumatized from having pets right now, so I probably won't have a pet for a while. I do have a boyfriend, his name is Nick. He's crazy. We've been dating for almost 2 years now, or going on 2 years now, and yeah, I love him. He's a weirdo, but I love him. And I'll go ahead and insert a picture of me and Nick. I don't know which one it's gonna be. I'm sure it's gonna be a stupid one because we'd never take regular pictures. But yeah, there we are. All right, the next question is from Jamie Lynn, and she asks, who are your favorite YouTubers to watch? What do your family, friends, and BF think of you doing YouTube? And how large is your makeup collection now? The YouTubers I really like to watch are kind of all over the place. I really like watching like, you know, makeup stuff like from Taupe and Thriftic, but I also watch Graveyard Girl, who does makeup and other things, but then I also watch like PewDiePie and Kick the PJ and Jacksepticeye and just, I don't know, random stuff. I'm not sure why. And then my family and friends and boyfriend think it's really cool that I'm doing YouTube. They're very supportive of it, and that makes me very happy. As far as my makeup collection goes, it's definitely growing. It's not gigantic. I don't have like Alex drawers like stuffed full of all sorts of things. I think the most like of an item I have is palettes. I have a pretty decent dropping stuff. I have a pretty decent palette collection, but other than that, I really don't have like too much of one kind of item besides palettes. I do have a lot of palettes. It's probably an issue. Alright, so if you're wondering what I'm doing over here, this is my Kat Von D tattoo liner, and this is the NYX Epic Ink Eyeliner. I absolutely love this eyeliner so very much, but it is empty. And this one, I really like the eyeliner itself, but this like tube or whatever, I don't know if I got a faulty one, but it literally like leaks everywhere. Like it runs, it goes into the fine lines, it drips on my cheeks. I think I got a faulty one because the eyeliner itself is pretty good. So I take my Kat Von D one and like shove it into the tip of this NYX one, and then get the NYX eyeliner on the Kat Von D one and then apply it with this brush. Alright, I'm sure that's as good as it's gonna get for eyeliner, so I'm gonna move on to eyebrows now. Alright, this question is also from Darla Gray, and it is, what do you like to do for fun? And I like to do a ton of stuff for fun. I like to hike, I like to camp, I like to go to the lake, I like to go to the movies. I love going to concerts. It's one of my favorite things to do, which I haven't got to do in quite some time, unfortunately. I also really enjoy crafts. I'm starting to do more crafts. I just started doing needle felting, which I never thought I would be able to do, but I saw a Threadbanger video, which is another one of the YouTubers I like to watch, is Threadbanger with Rob and Corinne. But I saw a Threadbanger video where Rob was doing needle felting, and he kind of did a decent job, and I was like, if he can do an okay job with this, I can do an okay job with this. So I ordered a kit off Amazon, and it got here yesterday, and I've already needle felted myself a penguin, 2 owls, a pig, a heart, and a strawberry, and I just think it's so much fun. Ooh, that's a lot. You guys know that me and my mom like to make candles, and this is just like another craft we're adding to the list. This September we're actually going to go to like a little festival thing and sell our candles and our crafts. I'm not sure if any of you guys have ever heard of it, but it's called the Spoon Bread Festival. It happens in Berea, Kentucky. So I mean, if any of you guys are from that area or, you know, planning on going to the Spoon Bread Festival, you could definitely stop by and say hi. Okay, I scrolled through and I don't really think I saw too many more questions, so I'm just gonna go ahead and put on some lipstick and then we'll be done with this Get Ready With Me. Alright, for the lips, I also received these guys from Octoly, and these are from Julep. These are matte lip mousses. I thought Julep was just like nail polish, but apparently it's not. So I have two colors here. We have Swoon and Pillow Talk. I'll go ahead and swatch both of those for you guys so you can see what they look like, and then we'll pick one to put on the lips. Alright, so here we have Swoon. I do really like the packaging. This feels like nice and hefty. It's a very interesting applicator. It's like bowed or something in the center. And here is what that one looks like on the skin. Very pretty color. It feels very moussey, like it said, going on. Then here we have Pillow Talk, again with the same type of packaging and that same really cool doe foot. Let's put that right here. Alright, and this is a very pretty color. It is quite pink. I don't typically wear things that are this brightly pink, so I think I'm going to go with Swoon for today. Alright guys, here is Swoon on the lips. It is a really pretty color. It's a little bit more like purple than I'm used to, but I do like it with my skin tone, I think. However, this applicator, I'm just not sure about this little guy. It is very rounded at the top. It's not pointed at all. It is a little hard, at least for me, to get that like super precise around my lips. Other than that, it feels really nice on the lips. It doesn't feel like I'm wearing a really heavy lipstick or anything, and it feels like it might be a little bit moisturizing actually. Alright guys, I guess that's it. Did I actually do it? I feel like this video is going to be a complete train wreck. Like, trying to put it together is going to be impossible. I've gone through like an hour or more of filming, and hopefully I can condense that down into something that is watchable for you guys while still keeping all of your questions and stuff in there. I hope this was okay. I was trying to put everything I got from Octoly plus all the Q&A and like shove it together, and hopefully it turns out okay for you guys. Anyway, I just wanted to say thank you for everybody who asked questions. I hope I answered your questions. If I didn't get to your question, leave it down below and I will answer it in the comments of this video. And guys, we are getting like kind of close, like eking up there to almost 10,000. Like, not 10,000 yet. Let's not get excited yet. But like getting close, and I think that's amazing. I never thought that would happen. I just want to say thank you guys so very much. You all mean so very much to me. And anyway, please go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already. It would really mean the world to me, and I hope you guys have an absolutely fantastic day, and I will see you next time. Bye!